Hello, my beautiful people. I hope you guys are doing good today. I wanted to do today's daily devotional. Basically, to reiterate what happened yesterday, because yesterday was all in Spanish. This is going off of what the pastor of my grandpa's church preached, which was off chapter 15 in the book of Psalms. And here's what it says: a Psalm of David. Lord, who may dwell in your sacred tent? Who may live on your holy mountain? The one whose walk is blameless, who does what is righteous, who speaks the truth from their heart, whose tongue utters no slander, who does no wrong to a neighbor, and casts no slur on others, who despises a vile person, but honors those who fear the Lord, who keeps an oath even when it hurts, and does not change their mind, who lends money to the poor without interest, who does not accept a bribe against the innocent. Whoever does these things will never be shaken. So essentially what the pastor was preaching about yesterday was essentially we tend to be one thing in church, and we often lead astray. We're led astray, or we tend to be someone different outside of church. I'll give you an example. When we go to church, we can appear or act as holy as possible. But then when we leave church, everything changes. The dynamic changes in the sense of, if I have a profanity problem and I go to church, I didn't say not one profanity word. This is an example, guys. But when I get out of church, someone cuts me off. And because they cut me off, I chose to let the anger overtake me. And I ended up, reprimanding them, or I started yelling profanity. I started doing curse words. Essentially, we go to church to strive to be more like Christ, to strive to be more like Jesus, because he's an example. But we're also the ambassadors, we're representatives of Christ. So it's not just behave and be obedient and be good in church. It's actually outside of church as well. This is 24/7. This happens every day. This is continually. This is not just a one-time thing. So we have to ask ourselves, when I'm in church, what is it that I'm doing in church? And why is it that I'm not applying that? Or why am I struggling? Why am I acting like a different creation? Why am I acting like a different Omar when I'm outside of the church? Why am I doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing? But then when I come to church, I'm all holy all of a sudden. I'm innocent, God doesn't know, but God knows everything. He sees everything. We can't hide anything from him. So the pastor was basically saying that whatever happens to you, don't ever change. We keep fighting for God. Another example, your neighbor does you wrong, and then you want to get back at him or her. You want to get revenge. That's not what God instructed. That's not what he told us to do. We have to love one another, guys. We have to be different. We cannot just change ourselves just because we're going off of emotions. I love you, my beautiful people. God bless you.